Hey, Bill. I heard the big friends and family get-together is fast approaching. Looks like you're cooking up a feast. What's the matter, man? Having some issues? Don't worry. Here are some pointers to keep your cooking on track, especially as you get used to your new range. First, always use the recommended rack settings and cookware types that your manual suggests. Darker pans will absorb more heat, for example. Everyone likes their space, including your food. Give at least 1 inch of space around each item in the oven so heat reaches all sides. Hey, Bill, is your door open? The oven shuts off automatically when the door is open for too long. It's also safer to always keep the door closed when cooking, and it keeps all the heat from getting out. Whoa, what happened? Cookies aren't done? Did you calibrate your oven? It's important to do because ovens adjust over time. Check your user manual for the adjustment steps. Whoa, hold on, Bill. You shouldn't use just any old thermometer. Here's a trick instead. Test out an old, easy recipe, like Granny's brownies, and adjust your oven based on how it turns out. Ooh, now what about bad smells? Well, shortly after your oven is installed, you could pick up chemical and shipping scents. Turn your oven on and leave it for 1 hour at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and the smells will go away. Just make sure the area is well ventilated, so fire alarms don't go off. And move your pet bird, as they are sensitive to fumes. It's always good to keep them out of the vicinity. Also, be sure any packaging and zip ties aren't left in the oven. Make sure you take them out. If your oven isn't heating, make sure it's not in demo mode. You'll likely see test on the display. Some models will display a D or even the word demo. Follow your user manual to disable demo mode. It's usually a button combination. If the manual doesn't mention demo mode, give us a quick call. Now, what if your oven doesn't seem to turn on at all? There are a few things to check out. Circuit breakers could also be a factor. Many homes will use 2 circuits for a 240V connection, like an electric range. If these 2 circuits aren't connected, one might trip without the other. If your range is partly working, check all your circuits to make sure that none of them are tripped. Even gas ranges may have a tripped circuit though. So power off the circuit breaker for 30 seconds, and then turn it back on. If you're having issues with your gas burners, like one isn't igniting, there's a delay in ignition, or a burst of flame, be sure the burner heads and caps are clean and positioned correctly. Sometimes they get jostled. If you're still having issues, you'll need to replace these parts. Light one of the burners on the cooktop and try heating the oven again. If your oven ignites this time, your gas pressure is too high. Call your gas company. And lastly, what about noise? Don't sweat it. It's typical to hear clicking and clacking, and some models have sounds particular to the type of cooktop. That's normal too. All right, Bill, that's a lot of info. Let's review what we've covered. There are several things you can do to keep your food coming out perfect. First, make sure you space your racks properly and use the recommended cookware. Make sure there is at least 1 inch of space around each food item. And keep that door closed. No peeking at the cookies, Bill. Calibrate your oven. If your meals aren't coming out quite right, try a test recipe and calibrate the oven to match your results. Don't bother with an external thermometer. Certain odors and noises are normal. To reduce chemical and shipping scents, remove plastic and run your oven to air out the smells after it is installed. If your oven is in demo mode, consult your owner's manual to disable it. Inspect your circuit breakers if your oven doesn't turn on or won't heat. And if your oven is gas, make sure to clean and correctly position burner heads and caps. If the oven doesn't ignite, check the gas pressure by lighting a burner on the cooktop and trying the oven again. Call your gas company for assistance if you need to. Finally, most clicking noises are completely normal. So there you have it, Bill. Follow these workarounds and you'll soon be cooking with ease. By the way, it's looking and smelling good in here. Thanks for saving me a seat at dinner. See you soon.